Hello everyone, myself Vairakar Bhadraksh from Sant Tukaram National Model School, Latur. Today we are going to learn the new lesson data handling. In this lesson you will learn about collection of data, organization of data, interpretation of data, analysis of that data, making use of data for conclusion, for comparison and for decision making. First, we should know what is meant by data. The collection of useful information in the form of numbers or facts is called as data. Then there are different types of data: primary data, secondary data, and raw data. First, one by one, we will see about all these types. Primary data. If the data is collected directly from the source, then such a data is called as primary data. But sometimes if the data is already collected by some another person or another organization, then such a data is called as secondary data. Then third type, raw data, or sometimes it is also known as source data. Initially data is not systematically arranged, means when primarily or initially when the data is collected, it is not systematically arranged. Such an unorganized form of the data is called as raw data. It is very difficult to make any decision on the basis of such a raw data. So to make use of it, that data should be organized properly in a systematic way. Then the next step is organization of that data. The process of arranging the given data in a systematic way, either in the form of a table or in the form of a graph, is called as organization of that data. Uses of well organized data. There are wide uses of well organized data. When data is organized, means it is systematically arranged, it becomes more useful to understand it, to compare, to analyze it, to use it for decision making. Organization of data. There are so many different ways to organize the data. We can organize the data in the form of a frequency distribution table, in the form of pictograph, bar graph, line graph, pie charts, and we can make it more useful to understand it, to compare it, and we can make use of it for decision making. Now let us understand how we can organize the data with the help of frequency distribution table. One example is given on the screen. Julie threw a dice 30 times and noted the number appearing each time as shown below. These were observations given here, and we have to organize this data using a tally marks in the form of a frequency distribution table. So prepare one table. In the first column we have to write number appeared on the dice. Then in the second column we have to mark the tally marks, we have to write. Then in the third we have to count the number of how many times the same observation is found. Okay. So what are the observations on the die? There are 6 numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. Now see the observations given in the example. How many times 1 appeared? 1 is appeared 6 times. So in the tally marks, first we have to show these observations in the group of 5. So for one observation we have to mark one straight line, one vertical line. And once we completed the fifth observation, for fifth observation we have to draw the horizontal line, means we have to make the tally marks in the group of 5 so that counting becomes easier for us. So how many times one observation is found? 6 times. So show it in the form of tally marks, and also note down it in the third column, that is how many times the same observation is found. Okay, now 2 observation is found 5 times, 3 also found 5 times, 4 observation is found 5 times, then 5 observation is found 6 times, and 6 is found 3 times. Total observations were 30. Now let us learn how we can make use of pictograph to organize the data. One example is given on the screen. Draw a pictogram to show the number of students present in a class of 40 during a week. On Monday, there were 36 students present. On Tuesday, 32 students. On Wednesday, 24 students. On Thursday, 28 students. And on Friday, 40 students were present in the class. And one key is provided there. One smiling face or one student, we can represent the picture of that one student represents 4 students. Okay, we have to make use of this symbol to represent this information in the form of a pictograph. Let us see how we can represent this information on the pictograph. So in the first column we have to write the days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and according to key we have to write we have to draw the faces in the second column of the students. As on Monday, 32 students were present. So 36 students were present. So how many faces we have to draw? One face represents 4 students. So 9 for the 36. So we have to draw 9 such faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 faces in the column of that Monday. On Tuesday, 32 students were present. So 4 8 the 32. So we have to draw 8 faces there in the row of that Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, 24 students were present. So on Wednesday in that row we have to draw 6 faces. On Thursday, 28 students were present. So we have to draw 7 faces. And on Friday, 40 students were present. So we have to draw 10 faces in the row of that Friday. In this way, we can represent the same information in the form of a pictograph. Now let us see how we can represent the information with the help of a bar graph. Information is given in this table. In the first row, the year is given, and in the second row, the number of students passed out in that year is given. We have to represent this information with the help of bar graph. In bar graph, the same information is given in the form of a bars, and that's why the name is given as bar graph. So on the horizontal axis is known as x-axis. On this axis, we have to represent the year 2006, 2005, 2004, 2003, 2002 at the equal distances. And on the vertical axis is the y-axis. We have to show the number of students passed out in that year. So by keeping the same distance as shown in the graph, we have to show this information in the bar graph. So I have taken scale on the y-axis as 0, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, means by taking the difference of 25, and in this way, with the help of these bars, we can represent the same information in a very systematic way, and we can easily understand it. We can make decisions on the basis of this information. Okay.